Hello there, YouTube. Well, I wasn't expecting to make this video, but, well, I thought it was a good idea. I recorded a previous video, which I might still upload, I'm not sure yet. Simply because I recorded a video last night and then I wasn't really feeling well enough to upload it, and now it's out of date. It was just me discussing, brainstorming a few ideas for my my D&D alternative. Well, I'm not sure that's going to be necessary now, because whilst those ideas are still brumming around, I've still written them down, I'm still planning, and I've still been writing my my house rules since 2017 and refining them over that time. I'm not sure it's necessarily a good idea to go back to the drawing board and just scrap so much of it in order to be completely OGL free. When, if I just wait a little longer, I can see what other people are doing. Because right now, I think Paizo has made possibly the biggest change to role-playing games. You see, I'm a homebrewer. I'm a GM of years and years, decades, in fact, and I like to create my own little house rules, my own little settings, and things like that. But I've always relied on other content to dive into and take little bits from and play around with. Paizo creating what they have described as a perpetual and irrevocable license that they are going to put in the hands of a trust that will mimic what Linux currently is going to fundamentally change the way role-playing games work. And it's going to shoot Wizards of the Coast to the fuss. Even if Wizards was to completely backtrack now and say that everything from the OGL, that everything they've said about the OGL is not going to happen. It was all just a mistake. They read the room wrong. They're going back on it all. Even if they said that, the damage has now been so complete and so, well, irrevocable that they're not going to be able to regain the support that they had from their third-party supporters. All of the creators that have reacted badly to this, they're going to go, no. You smacked us once, we're not coming back. We don't care if you promise never to do it again. We're not going to sit around to be beaten up again. Right? They're basically in that situation where they can never be trusted. So it doesn't matter what they do. Wizards of the Coast have screwed up. And they know they have. Paizo have capitalised on this. And the thing that people forget, the thing that or don't necessarily know if they're younger gamers, is that the writers, the designers, the developers of Paizo, they used to be Wizards of the Coast employees, or they used to be designers or writers on Dungeons and Dragons from years ago. In fact, multiple members of Paizo were the people who originally wrote the first OGL, and when they said that the idea that the OGL could be revoked came up, that they said that had never even crossed their mind. When they wrote it, it was written with the intention of being irrevocable. So that is such a knife in the back of Wizards of the Coast, and it could not come at a better time. Wizards of the Coast, of course, are panicking. They don't know what to do. Their response, of course, D&D Beyond, the website that you can go on with all the digital books, where you can have digital character sheets, that has had a concerted campaign against it from massive creators such as Ginny D, XP to Level 3, Dungeon Shorts, I think is what another one, or something Shorts. I watch his channel and I can't remember the bloody name of it. Anyway, I'm going to link to all of those channels. They've all made statements saying that they were going to leave D&D Beyond. They're cancelling their subscriptions, and they want everyone else to do the same, because D&D Beyond is used as a metric by Wizards of the Coast to decide, how healthy the D&D brand is. So by having massive subscriptions, that tells them a lot. Wizards of the Coast reacted, of course. What did they react? They brought down the D&D Beyond website for maintenance for 2 hours. Then did a quick hotfix This hotfix did exactly one thing. It removed the unsubscribe button. Yeah, I'm not joking. The only thing that they fixed was they removed the unsubscribe button, so now you have to go searching in the back of the website through multiple links to find unsubscribe at the bottom of a fucking options menu that takes you to another website. And unsubscribe from there. They have made it intentionally fucking difficult to unsubscribe because they know that people were mass unsubscribing. Hiding the exit doesn't make us want to stay. That's called kidnapping, wizards. So yeah, Wizards of the Coast are fucked. And Paizo are capitalising on this in a way that we had all hoped, honestly. They have taken gaming and they've made it into something they've taken tabletop gaming anyway, and they made it into something that is going to be completely owned by the people. It's going to be completely owned by gamers rather than a corporation that could take it away and manipulate it and alter it and then claim ownership over your shit. I was never a Pathfinder fan. I found Pathfinder overly complicated, if I was honest. I have 2nd edition Pathfinder. I've never actually ran a game in it. I played in a one-off, and I played in a couple of one-offs actually, and I've read through the book. I played a couple of games of Pathfinder 1st edition. It felt like more complicated D&D, which was a route that I didn't feel the need to go down. It felt like they made it more complicated just so they could add more granular character manipulation, which is fine. Like, if you want to have that more granular control over what your character is doing then and who your character is, then Pathfinder does that well. But I never felt it was particularly good at it. It wasn't bad either, but it was a direction from baseline D&D that wasn't quite where I want to go. I wanted to kind of go this way. I'm of the opinion that if you could simplify the character sheet and make it and reduce it down, rely more and more on actual role playing, less dice rolling, that's usually better. So my position is, if you can reduce your character sheet down so it can fit on a single A5 sheet of paper, that's the best way you can run the game, because then there's less things between you and just role-playing your role. You just want the rules to do the bare minimum so that they can adjudicate the things that you can't just figure out on the fly. That's the point of the rules. But that's just my perspective. Like, other people like the crunchy micromanagement, small customization levels to their characters. They really enjoy that because it makes them feel like their characters are more unique, more customizable, and I can understand that. Paizo have shot Wizards of the Coast in the leg at this point, and they're never going to get off running ever again. Wizards of the Coast are screwed. They will never be top dog ever again at this point. When this new open gaming license replacement, which they're naming Orc, which I like, this new license shows up, it's going to be a great change for everyone. It's going to be a move away from D&D that's just going to happen naturally, that all of these creators are also going to suddenly do at once. So all the new players, when they're introduced to games, you see, it's not one of those things where people think it's going to be, well, yeah, that'll get the hardcore, but it's not going to get the new casual gamers. No, it will. Because when all of these creators move, and all of the GMs like me, who, yeah, I'm not a big creator, right? I've only got, 1,400 subscribers at the moment, although that's rising thanks to the last couple of videos. I've only got 1,400 subscribers. I'm not a big guy on YouTube. I'm not a big influencer. But I play a few games, and I've got, more than a dozen gamers that play in my games. If I change system, they come with me. And I represent the average GM. So if someone else changes system, their gamers go with them. It's why my gamers currently play GURPS. Because I run GURPS. a lot of them were a bit unsure about GURPS. It seemed a bit complicated, and honestly, it didn't have a great reputation. And I went, trust me, GURPS is fantastic. They're all converts now. They all fucking love GURPS. GURPS is a fantastic system. So now they're all playing in GURPS. I've got one group that's still doing D&D, but once that campaign's finished, I'm not going to be running in D&D anymore. I'm going to check out what this new license is all about. And I'm going to hold off my my house rules and see what I can do with them. I think my neighbour's drilling something. I think they're putting something up on the wall. Hopefully you can't hear that too loud. That's not big. It's not a big deal. It's not very loud. But yeah. So hopefully you'll find that this new license is worthwhile. Like, I know that GMs are going to move. Like, this new license, it's going to attract all the GMs, and when it does that, all the casual players are going to go with it. The casual players are not going to just pick up D&D because, well, we don't know any better. They're going to go to a game store or a game club, or they're going to hear through word of mouth of a person running a game, and they're going to show up and they're going to play whatever game is run at that table. And if this Backlash is anything to go by, that game won't be D&D. There's a reason when 4th edition came out, D&D dropped off the face of the earth. 4th edition fell off, and Pathfinder and Call of Cthulhu both outdid it numbers-wise. Even World of Darkness almost outdid it numbers-wise. So, I predict that Dungeons & Dragons is just going to fall off a cliff. And really, my reason for making this is more a case of wanting to let people know I'm still making my system. I'm going to put up the old video that I did make. And I'll put up a little note that says, this was made a few days early, and make it clear that I'm not really sure that it's current, but I'll put it up anyway, just so you can see where my mind was going, and what I was thinking on, the brainstorming, and see if it's of interest. I might put it up unlisted, so that it's only available through a link, and I might link it below. We'll see what I do with it, but either way, I'm still going to be working on my my house rules, because I want to do specific things with my campaigns. But am I going to make an entire system, or am I going to wait and see what comes of this new license? See what it is that Pathfinder are putting together that is supposed to be system agnostic. I think the latter is probably the more sensible option. So I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to see where this leads. But for the meantime, R.I.P. Wizards of the Coast. You went out in a whimper. What a shame. Bye.